The St. Lawrence String Quartet, with guest cellist Shauna Ralston, is playing a piece by Couperin to celebrate the opening of a new architectural marvel in Toronto. But this building is on the edge of a wooded ravine in Rosedale, a posh residential neighborhood, and it's no ordinary concert hall. In fact, it's not really a concert hall at all. It's a residence known as Integral House, belonging to a mathematician and music lover named James Stewart.
I want to welcome you to this celebration of Integral House.
Several times in the past, I've renovated existing houses, but for my final house, I wanted to be responsible for everything, for the shape from the ground up. I wanted to build an architecturally significant house, but also I wanted to be able to give musical evenings. And in the past, I've done this on a smaller scale, and I wanted to do this on a larger scale.
After 3 years of interviewing architects, including Frank Gehry, Stewart gave the job of designing his dream home to the Toronto-based husband and wife team of Bridget Shim and Howard Sutcliffe. We viewed the couple on site while Integral House was in the final stages of construction.
Probably one of our first ideas was that the house would kind of tumble down the ravine. And so it would be unto itself kind of its own landscape. And so I guess the notion of the living room floor being a full level below, or even a level and a bit below the street level, is a kind of unusual idea. I mean, to kind of drop the whole floor level down. So you really are part of the ravine. You've kind of left the city and you're sort of in a different world.
So there are times you're in a very intimate space, like the family room, and you're really proximate or adjacent to a very much larger space. And so the experience through the house is extremely varied. And I think for us that was actually really important, that it is a home, but also has this other capacity to have these larger events at the same time.
I've always loved curves. Toronto City Hall, I think, stands up very well today. And I remember when that was built, when I was young in the 60s, and thought, oh, look at those great curves.
I told Howard and Bridget that I had 3 requirements. I wanted curves. I wanted glass. And I wanted a performance space. And as you can see, they have given me all of that, and in particularly elegant form.
It's hard to imagine a curvier building than Integral House, but before taking on the assignment, Shim and Sutcliffe's building designs were mainly rectilinear. In other words, they were dominated by straight lines and right angles.
But by asking for curves, I was kind of pushing them in a new direction for them. And some of the ideas that Howard and Bridget came up with, at first glance, I thought, oh, I wonder if that would work. The idea of these fins, for instance, which kind of conceal much of the exterior when you're up on level 4, I thought, oh, are they taking my view away from me? But then I soon realized that they're right.
Visitors come and arrive, and it looks like a 2-story house from the street. It looks very sort of understated. You don't really have a sense as to how big it is. And then you descend a full floor to almost feel like you're hovering above the ravine. And so this idea of the journey almost from the city, from the street, into the ravine is the whole experience of the house.
You're probably wondering how a mathematician like Stewart can afford a multi-million-dollar abode like Integral House. Well, it all began while he was teaching at McMaster University. His calculus students, who preferred the notes he gave them to the textbooks that they were using in the class, asked him why didn't he write his own textbook.
And I said, oh, I never thought about that. That's an interesting idea, write a calculus book. So it was their idea. The symbol that has become identified with my books, as you can see from this cover, the marvelous coincidence that the sound hole on a violin has the same shape as the integral sign in calculus.
So that's where Integral House's name came from, and the house itself has received glowing reviews from the architectural community.
It is just an extraordinary work of architecture. It is so much an institution, really. I think that it happens that someone lives here, but we're really in a kind of very small, intimate concert hall And it really feels like that. I mean, look at this space. Look at the kind of glow that this space really carries with it.
I think in this project, it's been a particularly good matching up of client and architect because they're pushing me and I'm pushing them. Somehow in the pushing from both directions, we've come up with something marvelous.